Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Here we are again on 80 days. It's day 27. We've only got £336 left. That's shocking. I think we're falling a bit behind where we need to be, so let's trap on with this and see what's going on. In fact, if I show you the world, well, I can't in Krasnov. We encountered a pleasant Russian soldier. Spoke a little English, a little French. I'm going home for the weekend, he declared. It is marvellous, is it not? Where are you going? There's an airship transport going north to Ekaterinburg. I will be aboard. It's almost full. I had to beg for my seat. So that's going north, Ekaterinburg. So where is it? Is it in Siberia? It's on the borders. I don't want to go up there. I want to go east. The air is cold, but the people are warm. Oh, well, fly well then. He nodded. He patted me on the shoulder before rushing away. See, I don't want to go east, you see. Let's have a look. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's have a look. So, this is where we are, okay? So, can I zoom out a bit? There we are, there we are. That's better, isn't it? So what's happened is, we've set off from London. We've gone nicely into Europe there, gone north in order to keep moving, and then realised that the Trans-Siberian Express, which is here, way too expensive, so we've come down south, and we really want to be going to sort of Merv, arriving tomorrow, so that's good, and then maybe anywhere east from there, you know. We've got boats, trains, there's an airship down there, that'll be nice. Day 40, the wheels have come off, we don't want that, do we? But I've got a lot of information about boats and trains down here, so that is probably a good way to go. See, the only real option I've got is that. So let's go on the train to Merv. Space for 2 suitcases, which is fine, but it's uncomfortable. Bothersome experience. So we're off, we're moving. It's a military train, that's why it's uncomfortable. Okay, so excuse me, I'm eating toast with peanut butter on, and I've got a cup of Darjeeling tea. So please read this yourself. Okay, so what should we do? We don't want to threaten their authority, or threaten them with authority, and we must appeal to their honour. And he strode forward. I'm going to hold back, because I'm choking on toast and peanut butter. Mr. Fogg was marching forwards towards the train. I scurried to catch up. So, oh right, so let's ask him. I'm a gentleman, he replied, and that was all the explanation I received. Okay, so relations have improved slightly, so still just above 50%, really. Let's converse and find out what's going on. Greetings, Lieutenant. Ah, it's a soldier. What do you want, civilian? So what about Merv? This is where we're going. I'm not sure why anyone would be interested in Merv. Well, that's where I'm going. So we need to be going east from there. So, how about Kabul? Sounds unlikely, really. Tehran? Time for me to be off? Okay. Oh no, Tehran's backwards. Herat's south. They're polishing their guns. I'm quite content. He's an ex-army man, isn't he? Passepartout, I think. I understand working men, but Monsieur Fogg seemed most disgruntled by the lack of space in which to open his newspaper. What do we know of our destination? Let's do that, inquired my master. Merv's a staging post on the border of Afghan territory, he replied. However, there's a rumour the line does not go to Merv at all. Oh, really? To Herat. From there we may travel to Kabul. Oh dear. So we're going to Herat and then Kabul. Okay, cool. He's not happy, look, 32%. On our second day, the soldiers warmed to us quite suddenly, as though they'd received a telegram instructing them to do so. Go on then. His father had helped build the paved Grand Trunk Road that now ran from Kabul to Lahore and beyond, so that sounds quite promising. But wait till you see our cargo. I was intrigued, so I followed him out to the third-class car and into a gutted van in which a heap of metal parts had been carelessly flung. What is it? Pride and joy, it's a walker! Excellent, the soldier one Private Gorchev was saying. We will march, we will stomp! A kondunki, of course. So what's that, like a camel and a donkey? It's steampunk, isn't it? So, can we do long distances? Precisely, over any terrain. Could we hire one? We have a small group going on a long march. For the right price you could join us. No one can see who's riding those things too clearly. And where are you marching to? That's military information, he replied. Please, sir, we can't agree to go if we don't know where we're going. He said, very well, we march across Afghanistan and on to Walter. It's thousands of miles. We will take 6 days. I shook my head at the audacity of the idea. We'll be leaving from the barracks near the station, my friend told me. Be there if you so choose. The price is 1,000, no more, no less. We arrived at Herat a few hours later and disembarked, waving farewell to our cheerful Russian comrades. So that's the route. 1,600 miles. Look at that. He's not happy. There's no departure today. We should explore a little. I need the bank. I need the bank. Because we've got no money. I'm going to wait till 9. And then we're going to the bank. And we're going to get some money out. Boom. Bank. Here we go. My funds at home are not unlimited. I would prefer not to draw on them, but I regarded the bank as we entered. It's a small affair, but efficiently looked after. We're quickly seen to. I wish to make a withdrawal, 1,500. I need to come back on Friday, so we're stuck here really. So let's have a look. American wardrobe set. Do you want an American wardrobe set? What have I got? Well, let's start collecting American wardrobe and see what happens. And we'll leave it like that. I don't think there's anything I need to... All trains through the Ottoman Empire. I need the American and Caribbean. Monkey wrench, part of the engineer set. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Let's go and explore for a bit. Seeing as we're in Herat. And we've discovered new routes. That's quite a windy route, isn't it? But that might be alright. A toy maker, an artificer. I looked at the man himself. Unassuming, in his 70s, tall and spare, his arms were spotted with burns, scars, and his fingers calloused. But his large dark eyes were lambent with intelligence. You make only toys, sir? I once broke faith with the Artificers Guild, he said. I made destructive weapons of war to defend my Durrani masters against the British Army's invasion of the Kush. Now, as you see, I make toys. His manner was so open and direct that I... watched his eyes and saw a deep regret for ills that could never be undone. We're all pawns of the players of the great game, he remarked. We can win, but only if we remove ourselves from the board. So have you given up? Of course not. I could not. He settled his hand on his workbill. But I swore my hands would only make innocent creations. And so you see me now a toy maker. That's enough for you? Inshallah, this is how I'll be remembered, he said, though he turned his face slightly and added, if I am remembered at all. I think I understand. Do not play the sycophant, he replied sharply. There's nothing in the back room for you, or anyone else. Really? You sell something in the back room? No, he exclaimed, his eyes lighting with terrible fury. Now get out! Now tell him. We're around the world, I told him. Can you aid us? He laughed, shook his head. How could I help? Anything you know might help us. I know many things, young man. It would take a lifetime to tell you of a fraction of them. He laughed painfully. Perhaps you should head to Delhi. Savakar lives there. They say she has built herself a new airship, even faster than the ones she made for the Raj. There was a sting in his voice at the mention of her name. You resent her for something? Savakar aided her masters and is celebrated. I aided mine, and now my tale is told as a warning to young artificers. I am a morality tale. She is a hero. He smiled and shrugged as if to say he did not either, but I do think that he was quite true. I do think that was quite true. I took my leave from the toy maker. Yeah, I think I've been a bit harsh with him. I'm now organised. So, I've been to the market, I've been to the bank, we've had a wander round. I need to go back to the bank on Friday to get the money. Okay, we're improving a little bit. We stayed in a hotel in the shadow of the towering citadel, built on the spur of the rock, like Noah's Ark, beached far above the sea. It dominated the skyline, like a symbol of Durrani authority in a city that had once been the capital of the Persian Empire. As night fell, I was quite sure I saw a rocket fire from the walls and up into the skies, but what it meant, I do not know. Oh dear, it's those Russians invading with their long-legged beast. I need to stay another day. Ooh, money's gone down by £100 a night. It's expensive, isn't it? Oh, it's gone down again. And let's try and aid our master. Went in search of a doctor. He knocked my master's knee with a small hammer. Mild fever, I would say. 4 days? It was too long. We could not afford to wait. The doctor sighed, did what he could and left. We can't wait 4 days. I need my funds at 9 AM. So let's tap the clock. Here we go. Let's go and get the money and then get out of here. So we haven't got any plans on which way we're going or how we're getting there. The manager's wished as well. We've got 1,600 quid. Let's go. Let's go. Right, so what? Good grief. So that's the 16th. That's the route to Walth there. Wow. What else have I got? There's nothing here. Departing tomorrow. And that's 220. That's 140 and 220, you see, and that's arriving Monday. That's only a day later. But I'll have no money when I get there. Departs at 4 PM, arrives Sunday. Arrives Monday, and that's arriving Tuesday. Are we going for that? No, I don't know. Let's go with the walker. Let's go with the walker. We're going. Thick jungle, physically demanding, high temperatures, uncomfortable conditions. This journey will be too much for my master. Okay, so we've got to go to there, haven't we? This is tomorrow at 3 PM. Let's negotiate. Do we want to negotiate? I don't want to negotiate. Yes, let's go. They're pretty demanding. 580. See, this is why. Oh, you're a fool. You're a fool. Luggage rack has space for one suitcase. We have two. Right, we're taking two. We're going. What on earth? It's like two bulls with a tea tray on their top. But look at what was sat in it. It's fantastic. The Hadhosh were a type of Russian planquin, richly curtained and carried by two squat, six-horned, brass-skinned mechanical oxen at either end. More remarkably, the cushioned litter where we rested was set delicately upon the oxen's curving horns. It was surprisingly comfortable, but I could not help being a little alarmed. Hopefully we're gonna get... Let's look after him. He's not well, is he? Okay, he's gone up a little bit to 46. We rode in comfortable silence. Let's open the curtains and have a look. Oh, he wasn't happy with that. Mr. Fogg coughed delicately into his handkerchief, made some pointed remarks about the dust. Okay, we'll close them again. It was slow progress. First day out of Herat, as we had to come across the border from the Persian Empire into the British-held Afghan territories. God save the Queen! Dusty customs officials said sourly as he stamped our papers. It was not a particularly joyous welcome, but I am now dependable. We're going to get to Quetta, and it's not cost us too much. It rained a little in the afternoon today, and well, let's have a shower. I want to smell nice, don't I? Allowing the grime of the journey to be sluiced off. It was warm, pattering sort of rain, very much unlike the grim spitting drizzles of London. Wet through, I carefully wrung out my clothes, as a gentleman's valet should, before setting them aside for future repair. Prudent, my master remarked, casting me a brief glance before returning to his almanac. High praise indeed. A few hours later we reached Quetta, a flat and rather sparse cantonment town. A remote posting, no doubt, populated by the terminally insubordinate, the dreadfully unlucky and the blameless third sons of the British Empire. Relations have improved slightly, but he's not very well. He feels somewhat dreadful. Oh dear, down to 16. Maybe we need to stay here. So air travellers. Bangalore, Calcutta and Agra. We need something to get him well, really, don't we? Let's go and explore. See if we can find new routes and a bit of medicine for him. It's a dreary place. Hastily erected buildings were laid out in the plateau between four mountains that cupped us like a curved palm. This was a place built for troops to move through, or a pass from one place to another, and had never, I think, been cared for. The English colonists stationed here pretended to make it a home, though they could scarcely mask its bleakness. The station was the only building of consequence. We would ourselves be leaving that way soon enough. This poor bloke has got 16 health left. He's going to die, isn't he? That arrives tomorrow in Lahore, so that's good. And that arrives Monday. It's 230 quid. Tomorrow before noon. Okay, we're doing that. Oh, it's minus 14 to his health. And that's minus 7 to his health. Well, let's go to Lahore, and then hopefully we can rest in Lahore, because he's struggling a bit, isn't he? Tomorrow before 12 noon, okay. Hotel. Pass the night. Hopefully he'll improve a little. Oh, he's getting a little bit better. In Quetta, we were taken firmly into hand by Madam Whittington, wife of the local assistant commissioner, second class. Prime example of that particular breed known as the Memsahib. I found them as a whole to be hardy and iron-willed living in a place like that, I guess. Flowers of English womanhood transplanted to Imperial India and tasked with recreating British standards in the domestic sphere of the colonies, just as their husband attempted a similar task in the political one. "You have a Frenchman as valet," Madam Whittington remarked in genteel horror. "How very modern of you, Mr. Fogg." I glared at her sly face with as much open contempt as I dared show. In our travels, I'd nearly forgotten the English suspicion of all things continental, and did not enjoy this reminder. "I had little choice when I engaged him into service," my master remarked. "His French blood does not signify." Excellent, there you go. Supper was served soon after, which rather broke the gathering tension. The crowning glory was a boiled sheep's head, which glared balefully at the entire table. Though my master was greatly cheered. We want anything to cheer him up. He's not doing good. Truly, could the English spare nothing from the ordeal of being boiled into mush? The mood over dinner was only alleviated by the presence of one Captain Chalmers, a dashing fellow on his way to Chittagong. "Where have you come from?" I asked. "I was stationed on the northern frontier," he replied, losing a little of his bluffness. "For all that higher up has its tail in a twist over the Persians. It's the Russians we should be worrying about. They're building, busy as ants." "Are the British not doing the same?" I asked provocatively. Captain Chalmers laughed at my ignorance. "Not like ants," he replied, and Madam Whittington laughed politely. Port was served and passed around to the left, as it always should be. "We'll be taking the boat from Calcutta," Chalmers added. "It's a short hop to Chittagong from there." It's a lot going through Singapore down there. Okay, so can we depart today? Can we get to Lahore? 230. Space for one suitcase, but we have two. Right, okay. Promises to be wearisome. He's not going to like it. He's going to go down to about 6 health. So try and look after him. We're back aboard the Hadhayar for better or worse. Close quarters, if comfortable. So it's comfortable. What's the matter with you? Let's look after him. Good. That'll help a little bit. Quetta was lost in the distance as we trotted forward across the plains. "Which way are we going, sir? Will we go south?" I asked, trying to picture our own path. "From Lahore we should press to Delhi on the Grand Trunk Road," Monsieur Fogg said decisively. "Okay then. On to Delhi on the Grand Trunk Road," not looking up from his ledger. "Unless you have yet another remarkable route to suggest." Well, he's not doing well. So we rode on in silence till we reached the pleasing colonial town of Lahore. See, it's pleasing and it's colonial. We should be able to rest. Overlooked by the 13-gated citadel with green and lush gardens and parks. "Is there anything you can do to save me?" "Oh dear." "Well, let's wait here a day." So he's on 10 health. He's going up a little bit. It's gone up to 13. Through a series of circumstances too tedious to describe, I found myself lost in Lahore and rescued by a man who bore the name Azad, and who to my looks spoke English like a native. "Most here speak Punjabi," he told me, "though the British have decreed the official language to be Urdu." "I'm lost," I told him, keen to avoid being pulled into a political conversation. "So are we all," he mused. "Do you know there was a time I dreamed of independence for my country?" I nodded and smiled, hoping he would take my reactions as polite but uninterested. His shoulders dropped, defeated at my indifference, and he pointed out the direction of the main road without speaking again. "Oh dear. Let's explore." "I'm trying to help you. What's the matter with you?" Took a few hours to explore, learning possibilities for how we might go forth. Now, what's at the market? Travelling cloak, we don't, not really. Saffron, worth 4,700 in Hong Kong. 4,700. Right, we need to get to Hong Kong then. It's as simple as that. We'll get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. 4,700. Right, we're having that. Okay. What do we need to... I could do with him resting. It arrives today. It's minus 12. Right, we're having that. It's minus 12. 2 suitcases. It's uncomfortable. Open road, sweltering heat. Uncomfortable. It'll be fine. It'll get him down to 1 health. I'm not trying to kill him off. We hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. It was similar to the Had Hayashin in some ways, but somewhat less comfortable. Let's chat with him. Chat with someone. I feel quite unwell. So what? Journey? How will we cross the Pacific? There are many options, but which one we choose will decide our route across the Americas. The banks have been most generous to us. It's not generosity, it's my prosperity we are gambling upon. Okay. It's only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi. We've been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. Let's call out to the other vehicles. And spent a pleasant afternoon in conversation with the traders and troops who travelled alongside us, hearing from a nervous British ragamuffin that airships from Colombo make short work of the Bay of Bengal. An afternoon well spent, though I was not sorry to see the ancient fortified walls of Delhi appear out of the haze and dust ahead of us. Oh, he's got down, look at him. Oh, trying to see Set could earn as well here, and that was the idea, so it's worth a lot of money, so that gives us more money. So what do I need? Manila, Englishman's wardrobe, heavy storm. We're not going into a heavy storm. It might be worth just buying it anyway. This is worth a lot in Manila. Can we get Hong Kong? I need Hong Kong. I'm not sure I can get to Manila as well. But it's only 120, so let's buy it and we'll see. We need to get him well because he can't travel. With what remained of the day, let's explore a little. I spoke to a somewhat energetic Bangladeshi gentleman who had lost a monocle, which I helped to recover. For what I learned that some buyers will pay well for magnetic compasses from Calcutta. I gave him £1. Funds have gone down by £1. Let's explore. See, he's only on 5 health. I can't be making him travel. He's not well. In Delhi, I met the much loved Amulya Savakar, inventor of the metal-clad Savakar Automatic. I don't work for the Raj anymore, she said flatly. Now kindly leave. Oh dear. She mistook me for English. An unforgiving mistake, madam. I am French, I emphasised with some exasperation. Geography! Madam Savakar spat with heartfelt scorn. Bah, give me astronomy any day. We were conversing in the gardens of Jantar Mantar, a park containing a grand collection of architectural astronomical instruments. 5-story high sundials, instruments for calculating by the stars, all built by a Mughal emperor some 150 years ago. I'm admiring a large piece with some admiration when I happened across a group of children being guided by none other than British India's most famed inventor. Let's do that. I'm guiding these worthless tourists around a historical monument for which I receive my salary. You're hindering my performance of my duties, in fact. She gestured to the huddle of memsahibs who looked, if anything, rather more interested in our exchange than the content of the tour. Come on, let's get an airship offer. I told you I am a tour guide now, but you are brilliant. You have a duty. Look around you and stand in the city that's seen 100 kings, 1,000. These instruments were built by a once great empire, now destroyed, as the Raj and all its devices will be in time. Madam Savakar took a great rattling breath. One day tourists will look at my automatics behind the glass of a museum exhibit, and they won't even give a damn. Come on, we're going around the world as fast as we can. Is there anything you can do to assist us? You're doing what? Why? For science. They'll appeal to her that. It's hardly science. I'm sure there are hip flasks that have gone around the world before now. We aim to do it in 80 days, I explained. And she sighed. And so we come to the point. You wish me to lend you the fastest automatic ever, do you not? Oh, perhaps you have one last thing to prove to the world. I'm trying to get her on my side. Listen to me, young upstart. There is one craft that was built but never put into service. It's small and light. It could take you as far as, Hong Kong inside 3 days. Would that interest you? Absolutely. Yes, I want to go to Hong Kong. Very well. It would be yours for one flight. £10,000? Yes, you have a deal. Yeah, I haven't got £10,000. Good grief. £10,000. But look, it takes us to Hong Kong. I can get some money back for the crocus in Hong Kong. I can't get 10 grand out. Mr. Fogg looked somewhat weary, but by now I knew how well the dark looking man was. To the bank, he declared. Let's go and regard the manager. £10,000. We need. May take a short time. That will not do. I told the man who left the bank. Oh. What? No. Let's go back in the bank. We can get 5 grand. Okay. You may have to wait a day or two. Right, 5 grand in a week. It'll give him a chance to recover. Manager drew a sharp breath. Return to the bank Tuesday to collect your funds. Okay, so that'll be 5.5 grand. I can't sell anything that's... I'm not going to make any money here. I can't sell everything. See this? Look, it's 4,007, so that's almost half of the cost. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait here. He needs to recover because he's not doing well. Yeah, we're going to make ourselves comfortable. Oh right, we're waiting full 7 days. He's gone up better. He's better now. He's better. We'll wait until 9 AM. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, folks. I hope you're enjoying it. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. I've been Bat Blessed. I'll see you next time.